I know it's early and it's going to get warm, so I'm glad it is a little early. You know, these are tough times, and I think we all recognize that. But most of it's tough times because we have failed to control the appetite of government. We're overtaxed, overregulated. We've grown government at the pace of twice inflation plus population for the last 6 years. We've had new programs, not just the growth in existing programs. During these tough times and the lack of revenue, we've grown government. Brand new programs, expanded entitlement programs. It's time we recognize our responsibility to you, the taxpayer, the ones that pay the bills. And we've got a steamroller coming from Washington, D.C. that's going to impact every family in taxes from cap and trade and everything else, and then we're trying to raise taxes here locally. The worst thing you can do in economic tough times is raise taxes. It removes jobs from the economy. We've lost thousands and thousands of jobs. About 170,000 jobs have been lost in the state of Arizona in the last couple of years. The last thing you want to do in tough times is raise taxes. There are several reports out, including Bacon Hill and the Goldwater Institute, and got Dr. Prescott, a Nobel laureate on economics from ASU, that have all warned us about the risk of raising taxes. It'll take more jobs out of the economy. It'll drive the recession deeper, perhaps into a depression. Make the recovery much tougher. Well, there are things we can do. One is, we need to reduce the size of the government again. We've grown government at 12% in average, 12% on an average for the last 6 years, while inflation of population has been about 6%. There are many programs, and I would advocate one of the first things we need to do, besides just say no to no new taxes. We're overtaxed, overregulated, like I've said, but we need to have a TABOR, a Taxpayers' Bill of Rights. We need to have a formula that controls the appetite of government. Again, you've got some folks that have never seen a program that they didn't think worthy of spending money on, and it's your money. You also need a base closing kind of commission. And that is a commission that looks at wasteful programs, wasteful spending, puts them in one box so you can't pick and choose like they did with the bases, and shut down these programs, eliminate the entitlement programs, trim entitlement programs, recognize nobody has a right to your money. Right. Nobody has a right to your money but you. And we know the government has a basic function that is important, public safety, education. We know that. And nobody's trying to decimate those programs, but there's waste even in those programs. And it's time to recognize our responsibility to the taxpayer. Again, the limited government is a central principle of freedom. And like everybody else here, I love this country. And I worry much about the kind of devastation we're bringing as our reckless spending, our reckless regulation. We continue, it's like Ronald Reagan said, if it moves, tax it. If it doesn't move, regulate it. And if it does move, tax it. Enough's enough. So anyway, I'm not going to take a lot of time. I just want you to know the battle's going on. I will do everything I can to trim the size of government responsibly. This business of government's going to be decimated by these reductions. It's outrageous. Even in these tough times, revenues are 40% down in the state, 40%. And we're still going to function with the 2010 budget that is going to be sent to the governor eventually. That budget that's been passed by the House and the Senate still leaves government functioning at 95% of the 2009 budget. Folks, that's anything but decimating government. And again, it's time to recognize what we're doing to the taxpayer, get our arms around these wasteful programs, the excess spending, and let's get back to fundamental principles of protecting the taxpayer from government, not protecting government from the taxpayer. We've got things a little backwards in this country.